So I'm messing around with the lights over here. I have my LED lights over there, and you know, just trying to figure out the whole lighting situation for future videos. And lighting is, I guess, next to color correction and sound, it's really hard to master. And so right now, this video, I'm just trying to figure out how to be good at it. Because YouTubers out there, the ones that have tutorials for lighting, they just make it seem so easy. And then when you actually try it out, it's the hardest thing ever. Mariano's, Chicago's pride and joy. It's actually Milwaukee's pride and joy. So, what we will need for my random concoction is an onion. This is a sweet onion. Chicken breasts. In fact, 2 pounds of chicken breast. And just because I hate cutting up and doing stuff with garlic and ginger, I got a garlic paste, and I actually have a ginger one already in the fridge, so I don't have to worry about that. And oh yeah, got some locally grown baby spinach, and this goes bad pretty quick, so I'm going to use all of it today. That's what I'm going to be making, something with all of these guys involved. Anyways, this is what I am going to be doing today. I'm just going to be showcasing my culinary skills, which there isn't a lot of skill involved. As long as the food is edible, I'm happy. I don't like to cook with a lot of salt or sugar. I'm trying to phase that stuff out of my diet. For health reasons, and just because it's actually just health reasons. Anyways, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be making these bad boys. I'm gonna do a step-by-step thing. It's gonna be pretty quick. Bachelor's food guide. So any college students, I know you don't have really too much time to do this, but I mean, once you're done with college, you kind of have to until you get married, I guess. I don't know. So here comes the fun part. I get to cut the onion. And I'm going to be sobbing maybe, hopefully not, if I cut it fast enough, and hopefully I don't cut my fingers off in the process. Wish me luck. While I should have been doing that, I should have put some oil in the pot, which I didn't do. So now I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with this bad boy. It's a great value. Canola oil. I don't know how much to put, so I'm just going to wing it and hopefully wish for the best. Usually I just kind of eye everything. Not too sure. So that's a little too much. Kind of knew that going into it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swish this around like they do in Food Network, and then turn on one of these bad boys. And let it sit for a while. So this is the ginger variant. And here's my garlic. Like I said, I had 2 of them. So I'm going to start putting stuff in here. It's a little too hot. It's like toothpaste. I guess I made it a little too hot because there's smoke all over the kitchen right now, and hopefully it doesn't set off a fire alarm. That would be kind of embarrassing. I'm known to do that. UIC sophomore year, I put pizza rolls in an oven, or not an oven, sorry, in a microwave for 10 minutes, and I totally misread the instructions. I'm not going to repeat that ever again. So as you can see, I got some burnt garlic or ginger in here because the pan was a little too hot. But I guess I'll give it a smoky flavor or something. This is when I start adding a lot of random Indian spices. Right here I have cumin. My mom put some of her spices in these bottles that I actually got from IKEA. So it's pretty sweet. So this is what I kind of do. I just kind of toss things in there without really measuring it. I just kind of like see it and I'm like, that looks like the right amount of whatever I put in there. We'll see how it tastes later. And here's my secret ingredient. Honey. You can see that. Honey. Gotta drizzle that in there. Gives it a little kick of sweetness. And by drizzle, I mean like, don't drizzle. Lather. It smells like Indian food. But here's the thing about cooking. It could smell great, it could look great, but it could taste horrible. And I know this from experience. Sweet peppers, mini peppers from Costco, and I have a few more that I can use, so I'll probably throw them in there for color. And for more veggies, I guess. So what I do with my peppers is I usually just kind of rinse them out and then I start cutting them. It doesn't really matter how I cut them, but as long as they're not the whole pepper and they're sliced in some way, looks good enough. Whatever. I'm easy to please, and this is how I want it. Look at that. Look at that. Don't you want to eat it? I should add a little salt in there. It does taste kind of bland right now, but you know, figure that out. So yeah, going back to my talk, you know, I haven't really learned anything per se. I've watched a lot of Food Network when I was in college, but I didn't really retain anything that I watched. It was just more because I was hungry and the food looked good. So it's pretty much torturing myself. But, you know, recently, living on my own or living outside of a school environment kind of threw me into this whole thing of cooking for yourself, and I got a little bit more interested in it. And so here we are, right? So in terms of salt, I don't know how much to put in there, so I'm gonna just get a spoonful and then do that shaky thing. When it looks like it's good enough, it'll be good enough. Should do a taste test, so I'll probably do that too. So I'm gonna bring you in a little bit closer to the action. As you can see, I have some spinach in there, some onions. I have my box, it's called salt. I don't know if you can see it, probably not. It says salt, trust me on that. I apologize for not focusing this video that well, but you know, kind of just doing things on the fly right now. Make sure that you're putting salt in here and not like sugar or something. When you're making baked goods, make sure you're putting sugar in there and not salt, because that ruins everything. So I'm gonna let that do its thing for about 5 minutes. With the lid on, of course. Yep. Tastes okay. So for these guys, I don't want to put too much water or anything. I just want to keep it as dry as possible. So what I'm going to do is put in some seasoning in there first. Got this from Weber. So this is actually just Weber savory herbs with roasted garlic. Secret ingredient. It's the best thing ever. It's good for you. And it's sweet. So while I have this cooking right now, the chicken that is, I just wanted to talk about today's episode, which is food. And for me particularly, I'm not talking on behalf of everyone here, it's really important because, you know, Indian food is food I've grown up on. And it's healthy, it has some healthy qualities, has some healthy spices like turmeric, a lot of garlic, ginger, a little bit of salt, not too much salt. And the reason why I got into cooking was it was more therapeutic for me. It was a way for me to get away from everything. It was a type of meditation, I would say. And plus, I get to control what's actually going into this food. In this case, the amount of sugar and salt that I add. And the reason why I do that is because I'm trying to lose a lot of weight this year. I have 3 weddings to go to, got to fit into my suit, and right now that's not going to be a thing unless I do something about it. So anyways, that's the point of this episode, and I just want to give you guys a glimpse of what I do on my Sundays, how I cook, and you know, it's all guess and check. As a side note, update on the video that I'm supposed to be working on. I'm supposed to be meeting up with Ryan, Emmy, and Tony on the weekend, so we'll see if that actually happens. I'm pretty sure it will, but I'll be taking the camera over there, probably shooting some videos, trying to get some idea. For those who do not know, Tony, this guy over here, he is actually one of my best friends from undergrad, and he actually helped me kind of take a step back and see the final project, the documentary that I'm supposed to be working on as a whole. Like, and I mean, it was a very simple question. He just asked me, you know, what is the point? Like, what is the story you're trying to tell? Because up until this point, I basically just knew who I was going to interview and where we were going to do different shots, and that's great and all, but where's the content? What's the point of the video? So I understand I won't have time and enough money to go out there and do a full-fledged documentary, because I do have a day job, which I love doing. But, you know, these are some things to think about if I do decide to do a full-fledged documentary. But, you know, I'm hitting the drawing boards, trying to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to keep it simple and just do a day in a life type of thing with Ryan, which is kind of a documentary, but at the same time, you know, you get to know him more personally. There isn't more to the story beyond this is Ryan and this is what he does. For those of you that are interested in checking out some of Ryan's stuff, I'll add a link to that below, or on whatever you're watching this video on, whether it be Facebook, the website, or YouTube, and keep you guys in touch with that. So let's go back, check out the chicken really quick. Alright, so chicken's been cooking there for a little bit. Simmer. Alrighty, so hopefully you didn't forget, I made these guys. These are the veggies. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump these guys on top. Look at that, slow-mo. Don't spill it. So, there you go. I'm going to let the vegetable juices, I guess, trickle down onto the chicken, and the chicken will soak it up and everything will taste awesome. And I'll mix it up really quick. You see that? I'll lower the heat a little bit. So that is basically something that I would be eating throughout the week while I'm working out, and that's basically it. I try to keep it as strict as possible. I try to phase out as much carbs as possible. Just try to eat veggies and meat. And that's about it. So hopefully within the next month and a half, I'll be losing enough weight that I could actually fit in my suit again. And this just goes to show that, yeah, I'm not a one-trick pony. You know, I can do other things too. And if you're impressed, ladies and gents, subscribe. I might do more cooking things if you guys are interested in that. Who knows? So anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I will keep you guys updated with the next episode, which will be next week actually, where I get to meet up with Tony, Emmy, and Ryan, and we'll talk about random stuff, hang out, maybe talk about developments for the video and take some pictures. Ryan could give me some tips about cameras because he actually has a Canon too, but it's a better version. No big deal. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.